Hey everybody, it's Mike. It is Sunday morning. Happy Father's Day. I'm getting this out way later than I intended to this week. I really wanted to get it out early, but I slept 3 hours later than is struggling. It's actually not really my internet. It's just StreamYard for some reason is being a pain. So hopefully this will hold up. We'll see. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to share my screen. Here's the deal. Today is Sunday, so I try to get out what I call the clearing the bases, where I just dump all the interesting sports collectibles news into one video. The things that I'm interested in, not necessarily the things that everybody else is talking about. Uh, and then I delete them from my browser history, not browser history, but delete the open browsers that I have, browser tabs, because I don't have enough time to put out as many videos as I would like to do. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's go. And hopefully this actually starts working right away because it can take a while. I don't know. Let's see if this is working. No, see, I'm learning. StreamYard is a good service, but for some reason, and I've worked with them on this, tell them your service doesn't really work right. I think I need to switch services. And here it's telling me I have having trouble connecting. I never have internet issues at all, except using StreamYard. I don't get it. It's frustrating. Hopefully, this isn't an issue. It's still not sharing. It says it is. Let's try again. There we go. All right. So just a reminder, tonight I have a live stream on Whatnot. You can go there and you can bookmark it. You can see we've got 13 people who've bookmarked it so far. This is tonight, Sunday, Father's Day, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I have 23 slabs between SGC, CSG, and PSA. They all start either $1 or $3 slabs. Come by them. I'm just trying to get rid of some slabs, and this is the quickest, easiest way to do so. I'm really trying to pare down my collection. So I'm excited for that. Come and join. All right, here is the news. So this is really bizarre. Yogi Berra's World Series rings, Roger Maris's MVP award, and numerous other heists of sports memorabilia over the course of many years have been solved. And the people who have been going into like museums and shops stealing all these things, turns out they were melting them down and selling them for pennies on the dollar as junk and sold the raw metal. Like why would anybody do this? What's the purpose of selling this? 8 out of 9 World Series rings for Yogi, 7 other championship rings, 2 MVP plaques presented to Berra. They were stolen out of the Berra Museum and Learning Center in New Jersey. It's just wild. I can't imagine going to all the trouble of stealing insanely valuable things and then just melting them down. And they've caught 8 out of the 9 of the people. I, I don't know. It's flabbergasting to me. And here's the list of all the items. And this is on Sports Collectors Daily, which always does a great job with this stuff. Uh, they also burned the painting Upper Hudson by Jasper Cropsey. I've never heard of either of those things. It was valued at $500,000 to avoid the recovery of the painting. All right, next up, also Sports Collectors Daily, Jokic sales spike. And this is, to me, when you've got a guy who's hot, Nikola Jokic, who is, he should have won MVP again this year, his third straight year. He won the NBA championship. People are going out and buying his cards. This is the exact time when you don't want to be buying his cards. And they're selling for outrageous prices right now. His jersey from game one of the finals sold for over $134,000. This is not when you want to be buying Jokic's cards. So, I mean, probably the best time to buy Jokic's cards would be like August. If you think he's on the up, like he's going to be winning another MVP next year, which I think he definitely could win another championship or two or three in his career. Don't buy them during the finals or after. Doesn't make any sense. And then Sandy Koufax glove sold for $180,000. This is supposedly the first glove he used in Los Angeles. So 180 grand. And then an autographed ticket from his debut ticket stub. Very cool. Sold for $45,000. It's graded. The ticket was graded a 2, autograph a 10. I love that stuff. And then they've got this vending machine here that sells cards. I'll let you go. I don't want to take all of Sports Collectors Daily's items. This was something I thought would be an interesting Attic Find Friday at some point down the road. A family found 800,000 pennies in their basement. Actually, it says here basement, but I read last night that it was in like a crawl space type of thing. I don't know. Tried to find a $1 million coin in there, but they gave up after 3 hours of searching, and they only looked through like 100 pennies. So apparently there are some rare pennies that sell for millions of dollars or over a million. I think 1.7 million was the most. And they were trying to sift through these pennies. None of the local banks wanted them, so they're now trying to sell the 800,000 pennies for $25,000. And 800,000 pennies, of course, face value is only $8,000. So they're trying to get 3 times the face value for them. Apparently, the person in their family who was hoarding these started doing so after copper was no longer used or was reduced in pennies in the 80s, and started hoarding copper pennies, thinking that they would be valuable someday. So they gave up after just a few hours trying to trying to find a rare penny. Here we have Wilt Chamberlain's Philadelphia Warriors rookie game worn home uniform, sold for $1.8 million. Pretty neat. These jerseys, these uniforms were crazy. Like if you look at, it's just such an interesting look compared to now. I do enjoy seeing how they do the photo matches. Like this here, they zoom in and look at little flaws. Pretty neat. This week's items are not inundated with Michael Jordan things, but there's one thing here. It's 1997 NBA Finals flu game. Used signed Air Jordan sneakers sold for $1.4 million. That's a pretty cool thing. I remember watching that game. Here we have Satchel Paige's 1948 Leaf card, which you may be familiar with. And they now, I wasn't aware of this anyway, and neither was Heritage. This is the photo it came from, sitting there with Bob Feller smiling on the bench. Neat. I like seeing these original photos from where cards came from. And here's something I've seen on Twitter in the last couple of days. It's really interesting. There have been at least 2 2023 Topps Heritage boxes, mega boxes, yeah, out of Walmart that have come with more than 25 autographs in them. This one had 28. I mean, look at all these autographs that came allegedly in one box, and there are now 2 reports of this. Pretty crazy. And you remember from last week's Attic Find Friday, Terry, who found the Mickey Mantle, his brother had stored it for him in the Velveeta cheese box or in a cheese box. That came back a PSA 6. So he is expected to get a 6-figure payday for his mantle that his brother had been hanging on to for him all those years. Very cool. And then, oh, here's another Michael Jordan thing. Sorry. 8 by 8 foot by 8 foot piece of the United Center Court. used from the used by the Bulls from 1994 to 1998, and has a 2.5-foot signature from Michael Jordan, along with inscriptions. Here's the signature. You can see the ball for size. And then if we go over here, we can see the inscriptions better. It says Air Jordan, 5 times MVP, 6 times Finals MVP, 10 times scoring title, Hall of Fame 2009. Very cool. Imagine trying to sign a 2.5-foot signature. All right. And then we have Jab's family broke this 2023 Donruss pack or box or whatever, and had a Vlad Guerrero Senior relic that was missing the relic. No patch in there. So now Panini has responded to this tweet saying that they will make this right. And I can't say the same for Topps, who sent out this autograph in a pack without an autograph. So, short one today. Happy Father's Day. Make sure you're in my live stream if you want to buy some cards tonight. I will have a giveaway. It's a Bernie Williams rookie in a CSG slab, 1990 Topps. You don't need to buy anything to be eligible for the giveaway. You just need to be there and be following me on Whatnot. And I'm going to start doing Whatnot sales on a, I don't know, semi-weekly basis, trying to get rid of cards that no longer fit my collection. I'm not trying to turn a big profit. I'm just want to get them out of my collection, consolidate things down into things that I'm passionate about. And that's all. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great Father's Day, and hope to see you tonight.